Welcome troopers back to my channel. Today is my birthday video. Yes, it is my birthday. So, today's figure is Studio Series Dark of the Moon Shockwave. My favorite Studio Series figure. Now I'm going to get into why in a little second. Well, it's pretty obvious, because I like Dark of the Moon Shockwave. But yeah, so this is the box, 17 Steps to Transform. This is a new Age of the Primes box art sort of thing. So yeah, this is the new box art. And we have an image of Shockwave closer up, that's right there. And then going around back, this is paratroopers descend on Shockwave to stop his assault on Chicago. And then we got another image. For some reason, he's like full-on purple here rather than that more painted thing. I'm going to do something real quick. Alright, anyway, my dog had to move out. So we do come with a few things here. Alright, anyway, sorry, my dog is barking even though I just let him out of the bathroom. Alright, so we do have a paratrooper in this set, or this figure here. So they also have Brains and Wheelie. I'll go over that a little bit here, but yeah. That's pretty much it for this. So we are going to go into the little parts of this thing. So starting off with the good old Wheelie. No, this is Brains. Excuse me. I thought I grabbed Wheelie. But yeah, pretty small figure. No posability, because he would probably break if he tried to pose. Excuse me. He's very easy to drop. As you can tell, a very small figure. This is going around back. He's a pretty good detailing, but no paint for the most part, besides his hair and his eyes. And this is Wheelie. Once again, very small figure. Lighting's absolutely atrocious, so hard to see, but he does have red eyes. And then going around back, that's what it looks like. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Oh, that one can actually stand. That's always nice. All right, let me just try to stand Brains up too. There we go. Wait, never mind. Okay, let me get the paratrooper real quick. But yeah, this is the paratrooper. It's like one of those little dentist get things, like, you know, one of those little things you get from the dentist box or something like that. This has a foldable parachute, similar to what is something like it's the movie, or as a toy. But yeah, sorry, my dog is being stupid. This is the paratrooper, close up. Yeah, pretty basic posing. Oh my gosh. Sorry, my dog is... Alright, anyway, we're going to go back into this. But yeah, this is our paratrooper. He has a little backpack too, which is pretty nice. But that's it for the figure. Not the figure, but the extra stuff. I'm just going to put this in a bag or something like that. Anyway, let's get into Shockwave. Pretty nice figure overall. We have a few things going on with him. Starting off, we have his big old cannon. He has the little pipe leading up to here. Goes around back. And yeah, he does have a little finger. If I can find it, there we go. He has a finger right here. Posability. I guess it's a point there. But yeah, you can pose that down. The head's pretty nice, I'd say. This is what it looks like from the front here. Okay, let me get the... Oh, I actually did the brightness. There we go. This is what the figure looks like if it would focus. But yeah, pretty nice head. And then the arm is posable a little bit. Not too posable. He has his little... I think this is supposed to be a shield, but yeah. It's basically a shield. Anyway. Oh, okay, Shockwave, can you not be like this? But yeah, you can untab this. This is made of rubber, so it's going to degrade over time, unfortunately. You also do have exhaust ports on the back. That's supposed to be for his tank mode. And you also have some pretty big feet. So with spikes coming out too. These are, I believe, yeah, these are made of rubber as well. And yeah, pretty nice figure. You also have a skeletal design on the torso. And yeah, once again, a really great looking figure. He has purple paint apps all over him. If you didn't notice already, you can see the light reflecting off, and that's where the paint apps is. But yeah, he's really great when it comes to painting. He's probably one of the best painted Studio Series figures out there. So yeah. Anyway, why is my camera not focusing today? There we go. Okay. So we're going to real quickly make sure we get the height comparisons. So starting off, we have Studio Series Voyager class Optimus Prime. So this is our Revenge of the Fallen / Transformers 07, but this figure technically can be a sub for Dark of the Moon. So yeah, a little bit like a fair bit bigger, at least like a head taller. Our next figure is Soundwave, Dark of the Moon Soundwave, to be specific. Once again, pretty small, around half the height. I don't know why he's kind of limping. Not limping, but standing slightly to the side, but yeah, he's leaning. Like I said, half the height, give or take. And our last figure... Ooh, I am very sorry. That is not supposed to happen, buddy. Here, let's get you a little bit better pose. Alright, our last figure is Dark of the Moon Hatchet. So, once again, pretty small. So, yeah. That is it for our pose, or not our posability, our figure comparisons. So, we're going to actually get into the posability now. So, the head, starting up, let's actually get the camera up there. There we go. Starting off with the head, it's on a 360 ball joint. You can take it out, you can do this with it. There is a little hinge here, so that will be useful for later, his transformation. And yeah, you can look pretty far, you can look all the way around. You can look pretty far up, and you can kind of look down. And yeah, as for the arms, we have the classic shoulders, although you probably shouldn't do it like that, because that untabs, or it forces off the pipe. But if you don't want the pipe, that's a way to do it. Yeah, you also have the arm, goes out like that. And there is a bicep swivel, like that, if the pipe would let me. So yeah, pretty nice. And you also have an elbow bend. It's a normal elbow bend, or elbow bend, excuse me. And like I said, the finger has posability too, which is nice. We're gonna actually put that back on if you want to see what that looks like. All right, come on, get back in there. Get back in there. There we go. Okay, got that back in there. All right, the other arm is similar. Has the goes all the way around, except it's a little bit easier. And then it does have the out and the in, and then the bicep swivel. We're not going to swing it all the way around because this thing is on there. And then the arm has a little posability here. The hand does. Unfortunately, does not turn, but it does have a little hole. If you didn't notice, here, it's hard to get that into frame. But you can see there's a little hole that can have something like with a 5mm peg put in there. All right, so unfortunately there is no waist rotation, but there is a little bit in the legs, so we're gonna actually move this out of the way real quick. So the legs, you can go all the way up like that, and you can go down, you can go forward, you can go a really high kick. You can basically get him above his head. So yeah, that's pretty nice. Then you can go pretty far back. We're actually gonna use the other leg for the example because this is kind of annoying. But yeah, go pretty far back too. And then you also have the out, like I said already, and I forgot about that. You can also have a knee bend here, pretty far. You also have this little shin guard, I believe it is, that you can get that. Is that shin guard, or is it's a knee guard, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, feet are pretty posable. You can go all the way out like that. You can move it forward. So if you want it like that, you can move it forward, and you can also, there's a slight swivel right there, as you could tell. Oh, that's not even a slight swivel, that's a humongous swivel. Never mind on a small swivel. But yeah, that is it for the actual figure's articulation. Now, for our transformation, we're going to begin by untabbing the arms. So what you're going to do is you want to kind of get that off. It's kind of hard to get it off. There we go. Untab that, and then do the same on the other side. So be careful, though, while you're doing it. I'd recommend taking this thing off before you do it, so that way you're not actually ripping it off or something. But yeah, there, we're done with that. And then we just do the normal thing of grabbing that and then letting it out. Then we're going to want to take the pipe out, because that will be, take the pipe out from that side, though, because you will need it still need it on there for later. But yeah. Anyway, we're going to want to bring this part out as well, separately. So the back here is going to be a little bit hard to get out because it's kind of in there. Gotta be careful not to break this figure because I just got him. There we go. So you bring that out, and then you got to make sure these are kind of aligned like that. Like I already have them. You're probably going to casually do it while you are transforming them. So yeah. Anyway, that part is done. So then we're going to want to go down to the legular area. And we're going to jimmy that out. So do it the same on both sides, like that. There we go. All right, so then we're just going to want to bring this all the way back, bring all this junk in the trunk. Well, kind of junk in the trunk. And you fold the arms into the body here. So we're going to do that real quick. Both sides. Boop. There we go. All right, so we're done with that. And then go around to the front, and you're going to bring the legs up like that. You want to make sure these are aligned in a certain way. So let me just get this. So you're going to bring this up kind of a little bit, and then you're going to make sure this is out of the way. So like that. And do the same on the other side. You're going to tab that in though. So let me get the tab aligned. There we go. All right, yep. Make sure that's all nice and neat. And then do the same on the other side. So make sure you're careful with how you orient everything, like that. And then do the same as you did earlier. So we're pretty much done. We just need to do a couple things. So we're gonna want to move the head up like that. We're gonna want to bring these little thingies down. It's kind of hard to do it with the head, but it's for a reason. All right. So do the same on the other side, if it would let me. Come on, come on. I might have done that wrong. I am very sorry if I did that wrong. I basically have transformed this guy myself once, so yeah. But this is what the front should look like, I believe. And then for the last part of the front, or the top here, we're actually going to bring this down so that way you can see everything. So you might notice this tab poking out, and when you turn it into a certain way, you should notice this hole. So it's going to bring that, and then okay, this should be like this. That's probably why it's being like this. Okay, bring this, if you'll let me. So it's gotta mold it to your own. Oh wait, never mind. Sorry guys. Well, you keep it like normal, but here we're gonna bring this back up. So I just forgot about this. There is a hole, if you'll let me show you. There's a hole, and then there's a tab here. You want to make sure those two align. You're bringing it in. Just like that. Okay. And then should eventually tab itself in when it lets me. There we go. Okay, we're done with that. Now we can bring everything down. So that means make sure this is all connected. And then all nice and connected and neat. And bring this. Oops. Never mind. Okay, we're going to bring these forward. You notice how these are kind of like at the point where they can bend forward? You could just bring that down. And then you should be able to tab it in. If it would let me, that'd be nice. Okay. Sorry, guys. Like I said, first time in a while well, not in a while, but for my first time transforming in a second. So, yeah, and I just got this figure, so I'm not exactly used to the flow. Okay, there we go. So, once that's in, we're going to want to bring the other side as well. So, okay, there we go. So, bring that. Okay, we're almost done. Sorry, my arm is taking over the whole screen. All right. As you can tell, I'm not very great at showing a tutorial on how to transform a figure that I don't really know how to transform myself. There we go. All right, so we pretty much... Wait, oh, come on. That sounded like it would tab in. All right, let's see here. Here we go. Go in. All right, well, since that's being stubborn for now, we're going to bring this in here. We're going to bring this over the top, and you'll see these tabs, and then they'll go into the holes. So, like that. Come on. There we go. I think that's in. It's in enough. It's in enough. I will accept my fate at this point. But yeah, half this video has literally been me transforming it. There we go. We're done with it besides this little thing, which I'll show you how to do real quick. You put it in there, and we're good. Okay, there. We have it. So just put this. You can really put this anywhere you want. There's nothing. There's no requirement to put it in a specific place. But yeah, this is the actual figure, or this is the tank mode. Apparently, it's a really ugly looking tank. But what do you expect? It kind of gives me Megatron vibes for sure. But yeah, pretty nice. It has rolling. Oh, you can't hear it. It can roll. It has the option to. Got the little thrusters on the back. That's what that becomes. And then you got this thing on the top. Technically, you don't have to have it on the top. You could have it at the side too. But yeah, he also got his big boy cannon. So that's pretty cool. Got his head poking out, kind of like Megatron's second movie mode, which I think is actually pretty neat. I actually like that tank design. But yeah, that is pretty much it for the figure. And yeah. Bye, guys.